from our standpoint and what we started to see, not only with you guys, but as we really started to grow, which really was kind of 2018 is when we really started to grow within orthodontics. We started to realize, you know, with you guys and other practices is, and we always say, like in the sales pitch, you know, 10% of the partners back then were seeing 90% of the revenue.
Right.
And we started to scratch our heads and say, well, why isn't this working for most practices? Because, you know, similar type of practice, leads are pouring in. And it would become this conversation of, well, we don't know where the leads are. The leads are bad. Our team said they called them. Certainly there were other factors, but those were some of the big ones. And so what we started to put together is, and realize is, a lot of times marketing can just expose problems, not fix problems. And
that's what it did for us, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like,
for sure. Harrison can attest to that.
Yeah. We started to say, how do we zoom out and solve more pieces of the puzzle?
Right.
So there's actually transparency, accountability. There's no guessing. We want to take the guesswork out of it. And that's when we really put together and developed. We had Practice Beacon as an idea, but we had never had the time to develop it. So we developed that during COVID. And then beyond that, it's like, how do we develop our training and curriculum? And Harrison's, you know, been instrumental in coaching and making that training stick in practices. So really just bolstering up the framework, because, you know, I always give the analogy, it's like trying to catch water in a colander.
Yeah.
You know, when you turn on that faucet, it just goes everywhere. And so how do we track that whole process? Obviously, this time around, we started in February.
Yeah.
And I want to say even it was like February 6th. So onboarding, and then ads went live in March. I want to say early on, we even had to turn it off like over the weekend. It's just like going bananas.
The first week we did it, I think that first weekend we did have to turn it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't have our call center set up yet then.
Yeah.
And our front desk was just overwhelmed in a good way. But I think a big thing is exactly what you're talking about, and Harrison talks in some of your talks, the journey from when a new patient sees or hears your name for the first time to the time they got a warm fanny in the chair and they've signed a contract and they got to get a set of braces on. That journey is a different distance for all different kinds of patients. And what y'all have done an incredible job of is, one, figuring that out in the first place, that there even is a different journey for different people. But two, once you know that, how do you close it? And how do you figure out how to walk that person from over here to fanny in the chair with the braces on? You know, the spoon-fed referral from your pediatric dentist is great, but that's a completely different journey than your 28-year-old on Instagram the night before with a glass of wine or whatever they're drinking.
Yeah.
And they want straight teeth, and they've been looking at themselves, you know. Yeah. And y'all have done an incredible job of figuring out how to cater to and how to teach us how to follow up with that 28-year-old, or what, you know, the patient who's not your spoon-fed referral from your dentist.